This week's episode of One of a Kind with RVD is presented by Get Blitzed, and you can get 15% off your order when you head to get-blitz.com and use promo code RVD. Get 15% off.
One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
When I was in WWE, Vince had long ago decided that we were sports entertainment, right?
Mm-hmm.
We weren't allowed to call ourselves wrestlers. Guess what we called ourselves?
Wrestling. Here's an interesting thing. I wanted to get your perspective. Mercedes Mone, she does a blog, like kind of like a newsletter blog kind of thing, and she does it once a week. Apparently, one of the big takeaways that the Dirt Sheets wrote about was she made the comparison about what's a superstar versus a wrestler. And so this is what she said, Rob, and I'll get your perspective on it. Being a superstar is a combination of having the looks, the presentation, and a connection with the fans and the audience. A superstar is somebody that people go, wow, they're just so captivating. And she uses Goldberg. She says Goldberg is one great example of many. And then she says, now a wrestler, on the other hand, is someone who just puts on the grind and executes moves. They have all the fundamentals down and can do the flips and the dips. Wrestlers have great matches too, but to be a superstar is really on a whole different level. So when you kind of think about that, is there anything else that you would add to the superstar quality of the aspect of things that come to mind? Or do you think she's pretty spot on with that? Or do you disagree with her?
I think it's subjective.
Mm-hmm.
I think that maybe that's what those words mean to her, because all they are is two words, right? When I was in WWE from 2001 to 2007, everybody knows that, man, I don't know why I'm screaming. I'm going to try and not talk as loud. I'm going to make an effort, even though I went 2 hours into tonight's show before I calmed myself down a little bit. When I was in WWE, Vince had long ago decided that we were sports entertainment, right?
Mm-hmm.
We weren't allowed to call ourselves wrestlers. Guess what we called ourselves?
Wrestlers? Superstars?
We'll take another guess.
Superstars?
Yes, everybody in 2001, 2002, through at least most of, if that ever changed, then I don't even know when the fuck it was. But when I was there, we were all to call ourselves superstars. If we did a promo and said, hey, that's right, one of your favorite wrestlers is coming to your town, they go, cut, one of your favorite superstars. Oh, okay. And that was the rule. If maybe that's changed, but again, all it is a word, and words mean different things to different people. Obviously, a dictionary is not going to back up what she said, or even what you or I would say, because they wouldn't be as specific. But on what she said, if a superstar is somebody that she said the fans look at and say, oh, wow, that's something special. I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember the exact quote.
Mm-hmm.
But if we go by that alone, is everyone on the roster a superstar? I don't think so. I don't think the crowd can say that to 100% of them, right? But
yeah, no.
If they're on TV every week and people know who they are, and they got action figures and they got merchandise and they're part of the show, are they superstars? In my opinion, yes. So I would thereby be in contrast to what the lovely Mercedes Benz just said.
Yeah, no, it's very true too, because there's a lot of the identity and the brand, and I think now how it gets positioned is people say wrestling all the time now in WWE, like it is part of it, but I've seen there's still a concerted effort to get them the message across that these are WWE superstars too. So there's a balance in between. It's not like it's hey, we're gonna cut your hand off if you say wrestler now. It's more like, hey, you say it, you're a-okay. It is wrestling, but we're also WWE superstars at the same
Yeah,
time. So.
the rules and policies always change, and it has to. They're always evolving and adapting as the times change. And oh my God, how many times have I said in the last week that the world changes so fucking much and so fast? Like we were talking about the future, and I was saying even like what I do, if I'm working 10 years from now, whatever I do I could be involved in something that's not even here right now, something we couldn't even dream of, and that's
Right.
that's how it is. I go back to 2001 when we picked up our first cell phones. They weren't very smart back then and had the fucking cord and it was
Yep.
anyway, the flip up, but we could never have imagined, that take a picture, send it to Japan, he'll get it instantly. Like what? You couldn't imagine that before it happened. But anyway, I did say Mercedes Benz on purpose. I guess last week when we were talking about music, I think it was I guess it had to be our podcast, but I was talking about music, I guess. Yeah, and how
Yeah,
they
we
would
were.
play it backwards and it would be the devil. I saw in the comments someone
Yeah,
laughed.
and it would freak you out.
Someone in the comments laughed because they said that I said that the song was Another One Rides the Bus when I was talking about Another One Bites the Dust. And I didn't notice I
Bites
said
the dust.
that. I noticed I said that. I thought it was funny because that was Weird Al Yankovic's version. Yeah, Another One Rides.
That's right.
I listened to that a lot more than the original one. And so if I believe that I said that, even though I didn't go back and check, but I don't need him commenting now. You said Mercedes Benz because that went right over your head, but not that dude's.
It did.
He's already in the comments, or he's in the chat room.
He's,
what I did.
Is he in the chat room already saying it? Wow.
That's my thoughts, though.
Yeah,
dude.
I didn't.
I mean, a wrestler, a superstar. I was taught that we're all superstars, and that was everyone on the card. So
that's it. That's it. Heard it straight from RVD, guys. Let's take some comments here.
Because it was a label. That's what it was. Our label was not wrestlers. We're sports entertainers, and you refer to yourselves as superstars. And we did, So, but is she saying that the difference between just your average wrestler and somebody that's really gonna really have a good career and really do great in this business, if she's saying that and superstar is just the label that she's using, then she's right. The people that connect with the crowd the most and that are the most skillful, that's still a factor, thank God. And marketable. Some guys can have almost everything, or girls, but just not be marketable. And even in WWE, sometimes they over the years they would, with someone like that, they might even try a few different things. Well, okay, let's repackage it. Let's try this. Let's try that. That's not working either. Well, all right, man. You know what to do.